Now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. It's that time of year where the weather is getting nice and it's time to get out of the house for some family fun. Lily Putt is open for the season, and you know what that means. Lily Putt is known for its mini golf, go-karts, glow golf, jump pads, kiddie carts, gem mining, and even a new arcade. Lily Putt also has interactive and engaging escape rooms like the Haunted Mansion, the Bunker, or Night of the Wolf. Lily Putt is perfect for parties
of 61, then Thursday sunshine with a high of 84. Summer is here, so have a night to remember with dinner and a show at Crooner's Supper Club. Crooner's is located in Fridley on Highway 65, just north of I-694. Check out their concert schedules and dinner menus at croonersmn.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Before we get to our guest tonight, I just wanted to, first of all, thank everybody who came out for Ghost Stories and Beyond tonight. Our special guest, Carrie Peterson, really, I think, brought a lot of people left really thinking about the Connect, the device where you get the stick figures on screen, and the fact that he is seeing them as more than just, say, spirits. And it just, I think it really kind of got people to think about, ooh, wonder what that is. And that was a great presentation night. Lots of video, lots of background. It was really a lot of fun. So thank you, Carrie, for coming out and doing that. The traffic around Anoka was ridiculous. Okay, it was just ridiculous. I couldn't find a place to park. None of us could. We all had to do stuff to find, I parked, felt like miles away. Getting out to Anoka today from Eden Prairie was also ridiculous. And I'll tell you, people are really kind of crappy, aren't they? Sometimes it really kind of comes down to, I'm driving down. I couldn't do 169 because to get onto 169 from 62, the line of cars to get on 169 from there was almost 2 miles. It was ridiculous. So I go down to 100. I'm driving, and it's rush hour. So nobody is, everyone's pretty much bumper to bumper. And I started realizing that guy behind me is like honking his horn at me. He's just honking his horn at me. And I'm just, just like bits and bops of like, he's clearly not liking how I'm driving, that there's too much space maybe between the car in front of me and me. Like any of that's going to matter in terms of us getting to where we need to quickly. And I much rather have a little bit more space, because sometimes you do those quick stops where you don't want to ram into the car in front of you. And then I let a car in, and the guy behind me, he just didn't like it at all. He was very upset. He's honking the horn at me, all that. Finally, things loosen up a little bit, and he gets around me, and he goes back into he gets in front of me in the same lane that we were in. And that's where my maturity really, really came in. So I decided at that point, and we headed back into another stretch where it was stop and go traffic. Me being the mature 52-year-old that I am, what I ended up doing is every time he put his foot on the brake, I would honk my horn. And so because he would have to stop because the car in front of him stopped. So I'd honk my horn every single time for about 5 minutes. I did this. And, I'm going to be honest here. I felt pretty good about myself. I'm not going to lie, because it's just like this guy was being ridiculous. And it's like, I could be ridiculous too. And so things loosen up again. He gets into another lane, and I pull up beside him, and he gives me a certain finger, and I waved at him. I was just like, bye-bye. So that's, folks, that is, since we are having somebody on as a guest today who is so in tune with energy and stuff, I wanted to give my take on how to be, one with energy and feel good about yourself in a mature and calm way. And meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, I have Adam. Adam, do you think I handled that situation all right?
I'm just glad for the guy in front who ended up in front of you that it wasn't nighttime and you'd start flipping your brights at him every time you honk the horn.
Well, some good ideas are being. Here's what I thought though. So I also, because he had stuff all over his car of like where he worked, and so we're not done with him yet. Let's just put it that way. But also, I need to let the thing is, as I thought about this, because there are two of them in the truck, and I thought to myself, and we're in the stop and go traffic, and I'm thinking I'm pretty awesome here with the horn. It's like, well, what if they get out? I have nowhere to go. So I'm just like, well, we got to be a little careful here. But once again, common sense did not prevail, Adam, and I kept my hand on the horn, as any real smart human being would do. Okay, that's where that's at.
Well, it sounded like you had an interesting evening, and I would imagine that Anoka's kind of got a fair going on. Is that why you couldn't park anywhere?
I don't know. I mean, there's like something in the park. There is, it's just, I think there was I thought there was like a parade because everyone had chairs, but no one there. I mean, let's put it this way. People had chairs for a parade. There's no parade. I don't know. But it was really, it was, once again, ridiculous, but I mean, I suppose great. Everyone gets to, populate Anoka and go to the businesses. And that's always a good thing. It'd be better if they don't do it on Wednesday nights, the first Wednesdays of the month, but that's okay too. Fine, whatever.
I'll talk to the folks of Anoka and make sure we get that squared away for next month for you.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. Let's get that all figured out.
I'll get them on the horn. I'm sorry about that. That's my bad.
Get them on the horn. So, and here's the thing. Maybe my guest tonight might be able to tell us for September, the first Wednesday of September, if we're going to have this issue, because I am excited. I always am excited. I'm always grateful that my good friend from the West Coast, Psychic Medium Debbie Romero, is joining us tonight for one question readings. And if anybody is going to be able to bring some clarity into the world from what people are asking for, it's going to be wonderful Debbie Romero. And Debbie, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg. And Adam, it's an honor and a privilege to be back.
So while I was telling the story, were you appalled by my lack of maturity?
No, not at all. I was actually laughing inside. I too had that experience, and I remember going and taking my young ones to school, and you do run across people with that type of mentality or personality and energies. And I just thought in my pajamas, I was in the wrong. So I was like, my bad, I'm so sorry. I took responsibility, but I just, the energies that came at me, I had to turn around and say, well, they're going to have a bad day. So they already set the tone for their day, and I get to go home and back in my bed and relax in my jammies.
Now, if I'm on the 405, I'm not doing that, by the way. If I'm on the 405, I'm not going to be honking my horn at somebody who gets in front of me. I'm going I'm going to keep my mouth shut and not do a thing. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be out in LA and causing problems like that. And
Dude, for reals.
right. No,
Exactly.
they're not doing, I'm not super stupid. I'm just only partially stupid.
I
And
did as you though, Greg. I waved and said, "Oh, my bad." Like, okay, have a good one. So we had that in common.
that's the best way to
Yeah.
disarm or make them more angry. One of the two.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I went the other way.
Well, that's just it too. I mean, like I waved and I'm done. This conversation through horns is now finished.
Exactly.
So we got Debbie with us tonight, and you know what that means. I mean, we've had Debbie on to talk about all these wonderful gifts and stuff and how other people have gifts, but we also like to do one question readings. And so once again, folks, you can do one of two things. You can put your question for Debbie, and she will read it and give you what she sees as the outcome. You can put that in the comments, or you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. A couple things Debbie is not. Debbie is amazing, but she is not a doctor, nor is she a lawyer. So and she is not a political analyst either. So we don't please do not put any questions like that to her, because we are not going to be doing those tonight. I do have a question. That's the biggest eyeball I've ever seen on a.
Oh, you like that? Is it so cute?
I mean, that thing is like Cyclops glass. Do you? Last time, are you fine with channeling, or do you not?
Yeah, I don't mind channeling. Yeah, I
Okay.
love it. I absolutely love it.
Okay. All right. Let's do that. And so, folks, put your questions in or call in. Let's get going on this. I took too long talking about my road rage. And so
Good.
I want to make sure that we get these going here. Now, while people are putting in questions, I have a question for you. I was thinking about this on the drive home.
Yeah.
Okay. And my question is, we sometimes, like lately, I've been seeing a lot of stuff that eventually happens
Yeah.
in my life, not like someone else's. Do you think it's totally like psychic, like I'm seeing what's happening, or do you think that I am actually I am maneuvering unconsciously for that outcome because I'm thinking about it? I'm just curious your thoughts.
I really love that question, Greg. And I think a lot of us live that way. And, we all use different terms when that happens. I felt immediately when you said that, it's your energy, it's your goal, and where your drive and your awareness and your passion is aligned, right? Before I wake up, I can get a whole storyline played to me, and then it'll play itself out throughout the day. So there's also an awareness. I always look at it as like the world is turning or the world is going, and you're in slow motion getting the data while you're sleeping, and then it happens, So that is psychic. There's premonitions, but for you, I felt your spirit team step forward when you said that, the higher intelligence, and they're working with you. So for you, you're truly driven and guided by your spirit team.
My own gifts have been, for whatever reason, has been becoming more profound over the last 2 months.
I heard the word off the hook.
And so like today, I didn't say it to a friend of mine she's a medium, but I was joking with her because she had went to one of our events, and I could feel that she closed herself off and energetically, which I joked with her about because and she has a friend with, and what I didn't say, but I wanted to, instead of saying it to her, I'm going to say it over the air in front of 20,000 people. I was going to say, you're closing off, but to her friend, why are you so closed off? Because you are absolutely, you have a shield around you. You're not letting anything in. And I wonder, and it's like, are you aware of it? Are you doing that purposely? I don't care. It's none of my business. I'm just curious,
I think that's a great point because there's a lot of different perspectives on how someone doesn't want to feel energy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel, and I've witnessed, there is such a thing as being overprotected and shielded and guarded. Energy is still moving. Energy is going to flow. Energy is meant to move. So even though you have that layer or that buffer of like, nope, not today, the sense I got with that, it has to do with something personal. So that person was, what you witnessed or what you felt was something she was personally going through, and she was protecting her heart space. So that happens. So that's
Absolutely.
a read. So even though you felt her shut down, you actually read, oh, let me protect this. Something is happening. So you actually were reading into it and what her heart was experiencing.
And yeah, it was very interesting. Now, we got people starting to put questions in.
Yeah.
Once again, put questions into the comments section, but I'm going to say this. You're going to get to the front of the line if you call 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, and that's where we're going to start with. We have Ray on. Ray, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so very much for calling in tonight. Do you have a question for Debbie?
Hi, Debbie. This is Ray.
Hi, gorgeous. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. I was calling to ask about a dream that I had.
Okay, go for it.
I had a dream, I think on Sunday or Monday night, that my grandma was asking me to move her bones and rebury her, but she was cremated.
Yeah. You know,
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, does that mean anything?
Well, if you look at bones and you look at, okay, so, well, first off, I'm not a dream analysis, but I can definitely channel in to see what that felt like for you, right? Immediately, I felt mother energy. I definitely felt an energy of a woman stepping forward, and then a butterfly comes in, and she made me feel that you were going through transformation. And I remember at one stage, what's being reminded to me is when I release or I let go, I would say, man, I let go so much that I'm down to the bone. So I feel like for me, it's almost like how much can you release and go, how much transformation can you go into, right? But that was the first thought that came to me. But when you're looking at the bones and you're relocating and you're going through changes, let me fill into this now and what it means for you, okay?
Okay.
I feel you're very sensitive, and as I tap into your energy and your essence, I feel that there's a little bit of a nervousness. I also get the sense there's family and there's kids involved, and so you're very careful and you're very calculated when you make changes. And so I get the sense that that relocation is also like, am I making the right step? Am I doing the right thing? So I feel like with your thoughts, I can feel that every step is calculated. So whether it's school or whether it's education or whether it's for your little ones, I want to say green light, you're good to go. Not to have fear with that. So there's a little bit of emotions for you that I'm tapping into as I channel into that in your energy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Ray, thank you so very much for the call tonight. I hope that helped.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night, you guys.
You
And
too.
Ray, thank you so much for calling. And, before you hang up, your grandmother just showed me some jewelry in a jewelry box. So I know her energy and her presence is there. Her pictures on the side of your, like, almost like I want to say burgundy furniture kind of like desktop. And she's just acknowledging her picture near there. So her essence and her energy is heavily around you.
Okay. Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome, love. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. All right.
Greg, I got to say, Greg, we have someone here from London who stayed up from 3 a.m, Ricky Draper. Give him some love. He was staying up just for you, Greg.
Who did that?
Ricky Draper.
Oh, Ricky Draper. Thank you very much. Oh, there's Ricky Draper right there.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well done. Thank you, Ricky. I don't think Ricky was staying up for me. I think he was staying up for you, to be perfectly honest.
I think he must ask you the one question.
Yeah, he's not asking me the questions. This is what I'd like to do. Once again, folks, I'd like to take a quick break here. We have in the queue on the phone, we have Erica. So Erica, please don't go anywhere. We have people, questions in the comments. Let's get this party started, right?
God, let's go.
Let's do this. So why don't we get started here? Let's take a break. When we come back, more Psychic Medium Debbie Romero. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Moonstone Minneapolis is a queer-owned, community-focused gift shop in South Minneapolis centered on curiosity, connection, and self-discovery. Explore astrology, tarot, crystals, herbs, mindfulness, and spiritual practices in a welcoming environment for all backgrounds and experience levels. Located at 3304 East Lake Street in Minneapolis, Moonstone Minneapolis also hosts makers markets, classes, and community events. Learn more at moonstoneMPLS.com and discover a welcoming place to explore with curiosity and respect. Greg Bakken here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. Looking for something different for family fun, a night out with friends, or your next team building event? Try the escape rooms at Lilliput. Step into the Haunted Mansion, race to find a cure in the bunker, or survive Night of the Wolf, all with just 60 minutes to escape. It's private, immersive, and perfect for groups of all kinds. Book your adventure now, spots fill fast. Visit lilliput.net and see if your team has what it takes to escape. Greg Bakken here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Greg Bakken here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to the AndersonHouseHotel.com. Now, for those of you who don't have weekend plans yet, I want to remind everyone that Char Savoy and I are going to be at the Pillsbury Club this Friday doing a paranormal investigation, and you're invited to join in. This is truly an amazing location, and actually, Char and I will be talking about it on the show on Monday. But why not experience it for yourself this Friday? We are not sold out, which the last few weeks we have been. So there's plenty of room still available for you to get your tickets. It's a 2-hour investigation at the Pillsbury Club, the home of the Minneapolis Trolley Tours. This place is off the hook. It really has been, especially when we get up to the third floor. And you're more than welcome to join in. It's from 9 to 11 on Friday night. It's a lot of fun. Go ahead, get tickets over at MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com and stand by to kind of have one of the greatest nights of your life. I don't like to oversell stuff like that, but my gosh, it's been pretty incredible since we started doing this in May. Also, I want to make sure before we get back to Debbie here that, Debbie is giving her time freely tonight. And I would just like to ask that those of you who want to get full readings, please reach out to her and schedule a reading. I mean, this is her livelihood, and it would be very kind that she's been giving us so much of her time that some of us could possibly put some of that energy back, and schedule a reading with her, you could do so. Go to transcendwithdebbie.com. Transcendwithdebbie.com. You can not only schedule a reading with her, but you can see all the different wonderful things that she offers, what she's up to, all this great stuff. She is very busy in the sense that there's always some great stuff going on, but please consider returning some of that energy, please. It's a good, fair energy exchange. Miss Romero, are you ready for some more questions?
Yeah, it sounds like you had Erica on the line waiting.
Look at you running my show again for me. I didn't forget about Erica. I'm excited. Do you know Erica?
I don't know. I know a lot of Ericas, so I don't know which Erica this is.
All right. Well, let's find out, because we're not going to Erica because you want to go to Erica. We're going to Erica because I want to go to Erica. You can see how the maturity is still there, right? Yeah, pretty much.
I think the energy's is seeping over from earlier today.
It really is. If I had a horn to honk, I would honk it right at you. Right now.
Wait, I think you need a little chimes here.
Yeah,
let's break it up.
Do I have a honk in my all my wonderful? No. Oh, I have this. So there you go. All right.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, right. Let the party start. Okay.
Well, let's do it.
Let's go to Erica on the phone. Erica, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for waiting for us to get through the break and stuff. I really appreciate it. Do you have a question for Debbie?
Yes, Debbie. My partner passed away this December, and my question was, did he suffer?
Oh, Erica, I'm so sorry for the loss of your loved one. And I was trained, and I feel into the readings that I do. Oftentimes when we think that there is no suffering, but let me see if I can feel into his energy for you and see what comes through, okay? Are you open to that?
Yes.
Okay. I feel that you have learned a lot about this journey when it comes to working with the spirit world. And I feel that you've been talking to a lot of different people. So I feel like your family members are stepping forward. I feel more of a grandfather figure stepping forward. And I feel this is connected to Dad's side. There's this connection that comes in as supporting you. As I say this, let me see here. Are there two boys? I have to acknowledge 2 young boys.
Yeah.
And in the sense I get, I hear the song, "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine." So I have to acknowledge also a baby. Would you understand this young boy?
Yeah, that's my son.
Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. And I feel like he stands...
to him when he was a baby.
Yeah. And I'm getting the chills as I say that. And he comes in, and you're in the room, and he stands next to you. Very strong, this gentleman. I'm sorry, he says, that you had to witness what you had to go through. As he says this to me, he goes, "You're so strong. And keep believing that everything's going to be okay." And then I hear Daddy's here, so he's very present. There's an acknowledgement of the rings, and there's an acknowledgement of someone getting a tattoo or wanting a tattoo. And as I feel into his essence, he goes, "Don't worry, my dear, I'm here." So no suffering, okay, baby?
Oh, that's so crazy, because he had 4 kids before me, and I just gave them their wedding ring.
Yeah, I saw
both of them, his son and his daughter. And then the 2 boys are the twins.
And he says, "You're doing such a good job." He says, "You're doing such a good job when you get in the car and you get upset and you're talking to him and you're in there." He says he's even with you even closer. And as the oldies and the musics play, and I hear that song that you're searching for him, that song, "Searching for my baby." Yes, I am. So I feel like he's cruising with you, baby, when you cruise up that hill and you're on that top. I don't know if you're from the area, but they take me to the place called The Cross. And so, are you from the Ventura County area?
No. I go to, I live in Fresno County, and
There's a place that we call it Sky Harbor, and down the street on the way when you go up, there's a cross next to a chimney.
Yeah, so
You
he's
go up
with
there and I
you.
drive up there.
There you go, mija. So he's with you, okay?
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Thank
Look,
you.
I appreciate you for even calling and being here with us. So thank you for just letting us hold space. What I was taught is that we have a silver cord, and when we go through something dramatic, that cord expands. So when we feel into the energies, I was taught and have seen that that cord expands and comes back, and that's oftentimes why we don't remember tragic events. And when we pass, that cord breaks and we ascend. So I hope that helps you understand the process.
Thank you. Yes,
You're
it does.
welcome.
Thank you.
Erica, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. This really put a lot of peace
Good.
in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to say something, Debbie, which I've noticed ever since I've gotten into this field. And there, I'm one of the first people to be cynical about a lot of things. But the one thing that I love about humanity when it comes to in our field is more often than not, if people come up to me, just like Erica came to you, it's about anything about any of this. It's always about, is my loved one okay? Did my loved one suffer? That, that's, it's before, like, I'm so sad that I don't have this person. It's always about, please tell me they didn't suffer. Please tell me that they're okay.
Yeah.
They're always still caring about that person. And I find that to be just so beautiful. And I think it's such a testament to somebody's love.
Yeah. It's deep love. Deep love.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's no words right now for that.
No. So there we are. Once again, folks, we are doing one question readings on the program, and you can put your questions into the comments. You can also, as you heard from just Erica and Ray earlier, you can call in, and that will get you to the front of the line, 952-946-6205. One reason why we talk about calling in is because sometimes the interaction that Debbie and Erica
with opening the doors to new opportunities. I want to pull you into this door, whether it's for work or for assistance. I feel like I want to give you an opportunity to be seen. I don't know if you're a medium, but you feel very much connected to the spirit world where you're like me. And I want to say a gentleman is going to come and he's going to work with you and he's going to help you get what needs to be done, whether this is moving or relocating. I do feel help is on its way. Give it within the next 2 months. Things will be rolling, and I want to say finalize in 4. So give it within the next 3 to 4 months is a sense I get.
I just want to say, and we have more people on the phone. We have literally all of our lines filled up, which is incredible. But I think this is important to say before we go any further. I've been in situations where it felt like that things were just getting horrible and worse and worse and worse, and it doesn't look like that there is a way out. And Debbie, I want to ask you, for people like Lisa and other people who are going through this, what do you recommend that they do to keep them sane and keep them balanced as they're taking this, the dark tunnel to get back out to the light?
Great question, Greg. I myself have found myself in this situation, and I had to pull back where my energy was being overextended. I had to learn to reground, and I had to create a new routine that allowed me to be who I've become today. I will say also how I spent my time was important, but how I created new opportunities, new experiences in the way that I chose to go within, how I chose to acknowledge the energies that were being presented to me. Breath work was really important. I had a great group of friends where we try to do fun things. So even behind the scenes, my life was falling apart. I always try to create something that was a little bit of joy. Every day that joy grew. And we did it on a budget. We were at the park. I sit at the park. I sit in the sun. I went for walks. I went to the ocean. I would hike. So there's a lot of things to create movement. When I see her, I feel like it has to do with property. It has to do with the home. And I would say change the energies in the home. Spirit taught me about almost 2 years ago when we want to change energy, because energy doesn't die. We want to change the energies of where we're sitting. And so in the land, make peace with the land of the energies that were there prior, change the energies in the home. So if you're sitting in a position that's the same, sage it, get some color into the house, bring some plants into the house, and start creating a little bit of a sanctuary that feels comfortable to be in as you're going through the hard times. So creating a sacred space is really going to allow your body to rest and calm the nervous system as we're moving through the difficult times. So I feel like we've all gone through that this year with even on a collective when it comes to the world. How do we stay calm when there is chaos? And so it's so important to change the energies from chaos into harmony, and it starts with us. So like Greg waved to the guy, I would say, keep on waving and let it go.
Keep on waving. That's what we say here. So a couple things here. We have a number of people. And first of all, Lisa, I hope that this is helpful to you. We have on deck, on the phone, we have Sammy, Claudia, and Betty. And what I want to do is I want to get our last break in so that we can focus the rest of the show on readings, especially with those three. Sammy, Claudia, and Betty, if you can hold on through the commercial break, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, more readings, and what an incredible evening. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Moonstone Minneapolis is a queer-owned, community-focused gift shop in South Minneapolis centered on curiosity, connection, and self-discovery. Explore astrology, tarot, crystals, herbs, mindfulness, and spiritual practices in a welcoming environment for all backgrounds and experience levels. Located at 3304 East Lake Street in Minneapolis, Moonstone Minneapolis also hosts makers markets, classes, and community events. Learn more at moonstoneMPLS.com and discover a welcoming place to explore with curiosity and respect. Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh, every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakken here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. It's that time of year where the weather is getting nice, and it's time to get out of the house for some family fun. Lilliput is open for the season, and you know what that means. Lilliput is known for its mini golf, go-karts, glow golf, jump pads, kiddie carts, gem mining, and even a new arcade. Lilliput also has interactive and engaging escape rooms like the Haunted Mansion, the Bunker, or Night of the Wolf. Lilliput is perfect for parties and group events. Stop by lilliput.net for more information and hours of operation. Greg Bakken here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken. We are going to have on Alicia and David Leonard, great paranormal investigators. I've known them for years, and I'm not the only one around town doing paranormal events, and they're going to be joining me tomorrow because they are doing exclusive paranormal investigations of Theater in the Round, which is a very famous theater here in the Twin Cities. In fact, Theater in the Round is celebrating its 75th season. And this place is very haunted. And David and Lisa are so good at what they do that they're going to come on the show tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some people to go out there and take part in this event because it's rare to be able to go into that theater and do an investigation. And they're going to tell us some of the stories and some of the things that happened to them last year. It's going to be great. So it's David and Lisa Leonard tomorrow talking about doing paranormal investigations at Theater in the Round. We are having quite the incredible evening here. One question readings with Psychic Medium Debbie Romero. We're not going to chit chat because we need to get right to it because we have a lot of people who want some readings. And I'm sorry, we're probably not going to get through everybody. Yeah. I do apologize. And as I've been saying, if you're on the phone, you're going to get the priority, unfortunately, for those who in the comments, because that's just kind of how it is. We'll do our best. So trust me, we'll do our very best. And we're going to start with Sammy on the phone. Sammy, are you with us still?
Yes. I am here. Hi.
Hi, Sammy. Do you have a question for Debbie?
Hi, Debbie. I lost my son 23 years ago. I just want to know if it was him who I saw in the back of my car one time driving home. He was a stillbirth, but when I saw him, he would be his age 23. I just want to know if it was him.
Oh, Sammy, I'm so sorry for your loss. I feel like this is not the only time you felt spirit. Spirit is bringing an awareness of you're very clairvoyant. So when you had that imagery of the child in the car, I don't see it at that time, but what I will say is that you see him in other children when they're walking. So I feel like there's a thought and there's a feeling of like when you see other children with you. But I also get the sense that dragonflies are very significant for you. And I get the sense that this is connected to mom. So there's a lot of spirits that are around you when I feel into your son, or to your energies as well as the way you receive. But I do feel like you're seeing a lot, not just the thought of him and the memory that you feel of him, but I feel like a lot of spirits are coming to you.
Okay.
Now,
that's a lot.
But
can I ask a question,
yeah.
Debbie, and maybe Sammy can also shed light. Is this because of Sammy's motherly nature that there's children, or is it something else? Or
I felt like she carries, and Sammy, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt like you have a picture of your son on the sonogram, and I felt like you had it on the refrigerator, and you had the calendar, so you're replaying all the memories of the baby, and there's this box that you still come. So I do feel the family acknowledging you when you go through these things, but not only is it her motherly nature, but it's because she's still going, grieving and still remembering. Okay. And so there's a lot of energy that you're still touching on and feeling and remembering. So when we do that, we're bringing that energy close to us. So that energy and that memory and that love is still with you.
Okay. Yeah, I have, actually, I do have his sonogram and a picture of him, and it's right next to my desk with our family. So he's like attached to us four. I have my two other children, so I have the picture right there attached to him with a candle.
And you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like with a special candle, because I do honor him, or try to honor him every chance I can. So I go to Little Angels through White Memorial, and that's one of the candles that I have there next to his picture. And yeah, when you say grieving him right now, is actually this month has been hitting me really hard. Like, yeah, it's been difficult.
I'm so sorry. The sense I get also too, you have another son, and you also can see the essence of your baby within your son as well. So there's a strong resemblance of thought that you carry of going through the stages of what he would look like, and the smile and the beautiful happiness that I see within the energies that you bring forward with him. So I do know that you embody that love as a mom as well. So I do know that you carry that with you, and there's that presence of gratitude. And your grandmother in spirit is definitely like your protector. So I feel like you've asked your ancestors to watch over him. And I feel like a gentleman in spirit is definitely connected on Dad's side of the family, which they make me feel either you weren't aware of them or you didn't get to know them, but they make me feel like we're all here.
Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Sammy. Really appreciate you calling in tonight. And so I just want to, before we get to our next caller, I do want to remind folks that I think it would be wonderful if some of you are able to book full readings with Debbie, especially as she's giving her time so freely tonight. And you can see that this is, that there's some, it would be worth your time. And go to transcendwithdebbie.com. Once again, transcendwithdebbie.com. You can book your readings there, and you can see everything else that she's doing. And it would be great to be able to give back to her a little bit. Please consider doing so. With that, we're going to move on. Once again, like I said, if you're on the phone, you're gonna get to the front of the line. That's kind of the VIP treatment. Well, it's not so much VIP, but you know what I mean. Claudia, are you still with us? Oh, I'm thinking maybe no Claudia. I don't know.
I think we may have lost Claudia.
Oh, Claudia. I mean, and at the very least, Adam, I think that you would have at least tried to sound like Claudia. I mean, we could have.
I don't think I can pull that off. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't know until you try. You don't know
there
until
she is. There she is. There she is. Hi, Claudia.
Hi.
Hi. What happened? What happened? Did you just put the phone down and thought never talk to us again, or what's going on over there, Claudia? Oh, now it scared her away, didn't I?
You did. Come back.
So, Adam, was that Claudia on the line or was that Betty?
No, that was Claudia on the line.
Oh, I was just curious if she put the phone down and found out that we're on, and that's all. That's all.
Well, I don't know. Let's put Claudia back on hold and let's see if Betty is still there on 3.
All right. I felt like I just honked a horn at her. That's kind of what I feel like just happened there. Yeah, right, Debbie? You got to, after all that. Right? All right, Betty.
It's the energies.
Let's try Betty now.
Betty, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Betty. I promise I'm not going to scare you away like I scared Claudia away. Inadvertently, by the way. Do you have a question for Debbie?
Yes, I do. Sorry. Well, first I was going to say this is Betty, Kelly's finest friend.
Oh, okay. Hi, Betty.
Hi. So I have a question. So I have a friend who passed away 3 years ago. He did have quite a few tattoos, but the one that stood out to me the most was the number 47. And I've been seeing that a lot lately, and I was kind of wondering if that was him showing himself.
When you say 47, immediately I just felt his essence pushing you forward. So first off, thank you for coming and joining. I appreciate you calling in. As I say that, I could see the tattoos and I could just see hearts, like a lot of support and a lot of love. He comes in on a bicycle. So I don't know if he rode on a bike, but I just see what's up? I know everybody, right? How are you? So I feel like I'm outside and maybe I had a hard life. Maybe life wasn't easy. And he's saying, you have changed your life. You have moved forward in a very positive way. Would you understand this, Betty, what he's saying to me?
Yes, I do.
And I know that you miss him, and I know that you think about him. He said that you were looking at a picture of him, and I want to validate. I don't know if you have this now in your hand, but I feel like you were holding on to his picture. And I want to say either a flannel or a sweater, something here that they're showing me. I remember staying warm with it and, hanging out at the beach or by the bonfires. I feel like there's a lot of memories that come through with his energy with you. Would you understand this?
Yes, I actually did have a picture of him in a flannel.
Uh-huh. And that's his energy stepping forward. As I say this, I don't know if there's a trip here that I want to say, like I'm going to Tijuana or I'm going to Mexico. I feel like I'm having to go like for work, or like I'm a truck driver, so I feel like I'm hauling things. And he goes, those were the days. Like I feel he could pull some all-nighters. Like, I'm out of here. I'll be back later. And I know this is a memory that you play over because he's making me feel like he left, and then that was the last that you saw him. And he's saying, don't think of him in that tragic way. I'm perfectly fine. He comes in with a thick mustache, thick hair, and I feel like I'm real, like very strong. Like, I'm a strong dude. I got you. Like, what are we gonna do? And I feel his energy to be very uplifting. So he's saying, keep fighting, keep going. We got you. So whatever you're going through, he is helping you move forward. If you would understand this, Betty.
Yes, I think, and that actually is surprising because he did. He was in Mexico for a while, and that is something that plays over a lot in my head because that was the last time that I did game before I ended up finding that he had passed away little once we came back to California.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. A single red rose is given to you, and I feel like you hang out at a tree or at a park, and I get the sense you talk to him, and I want to validate that he's listening to you. Sometimes you see feathers and you look at the little flowers and the weeds and the grass, and you don't take anything for granted. And he goes, and you're doing such a beautiful job. So I also hear that you want to study or you want to go back to school, and he's saying do it. So there's something about work and learning something. And I see the Bible and I see studying. So he's like right there with you, babe.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, because I actually have been getting into reading the Bible lately too, and with the flowers, that's very interesting because I actually did have some flowers that I picked up and put it next to his picture. And I have it in my car right now. That's next to his picture.
I also want to say that I love you. So I feel like I need to express, if at any point you had doubt, you need to know that you're very loved, okay? I feel like commitment, marriage, like I feel like not just friend, I feel like we had a bond. So there is this unspoken words of friendship that you had. So please know you were very loved.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Betty.
Betty, thank you very much for the call. Really appreciate it. We have just over 2 minutes left. And so I want to just get one more in here through comment, because I'm assuming we're not getting Claudia back, right? That seems to be not happening.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that she's here.
All right. Well, I apologize, Claudia, if I scared you away. That was not my intention. But Dorothy has the question, will I get the job at Spirit Halloween?
I want to say yes, Dorothy. Keep going. I feel like you got 3 jobs, so this is not just one. I feel like I got multiple jobs with her, so keep going.
Keep going.
I see her so fun and like ready to scare everybody and get in that costume. I love that.
So I'm just going to say a quick story here as we're wrapping up. I know Dorothy, and I was walking to Ghost Stories, and like I said, no one could find a place to park, and I've been honked at the whole ride over to Ghost Stories, and so I find my place, and I'm walking the 10 miles from my car to the location. And I don't know it's her, but she's coming out of the parking ramp that she couldn't find a spot. And she honks her horn at me because she's just saying hi. And I'm just like, oh, my God, really? Somebody else is honking their horn at me? And I just, hi. Yeah. And she's just like, hi. And I'm like, and I had to go up to her later. I'm like, sorry if it came across that I wasn't too happy to see you, because I am happy to see you. It was just more of like, stop honking your horns at me,
I can see you, this grouchy guy walking and talking to himself like,
it's like, come on. And it's like, what now? I'm not even in front of your stupid car, I just like, man. So,
let's answer your question when you first started. Next month, no, you got clear paths. So when you said, will I have parking next month? I saw clear roads. I love to ask for the angels to find me front row parking. So try it. Spirit, give me a parking angels.
I certainly will. I certainly do that when I go to the grocery store. Don't talk to me. I don't want anyone around me. And it generally works. As we're wrapping up here, real fast, once again, I want to remind everybody, please book your reading with Debbie, transcendwithdebbie.com. Book your reading, see what she's doing. Follow her on Facebook. You will not be disappointed. Debbie, we're wrapping up here, and I just wanted to thank you. And I see a lot of comments tonight of people who have really been touched. It's not even their question, and they're very touched by not only your readings, but just your soul in general. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, Adam, for always opening the platform for us mediums and intuitives, healers, and the collectives. So it's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We got to go. We'll be back tomorrow with David Leonard. Everyone have a good night.
Hey, Minnesota, it's Brad Friedman.